What's going on, people? Blake from New Vision Security Services. And today's topic question is, where does your loyalty lie? Are you loyal to, your job, your child, the children, your friends, your whatever the case may be? Are you loyal to any of those things more than you are to Yeshua, Jesus, and Yahweh God? And that is a big question to ask yourself. Who are you most, who or what? Because some people are loyal to materialistic things. Are you more loyal to than you are to the one who died on the cross for you? Because we can easily get caught up in the world and our worldly things, our worldly possessions, and the end result is they will consume you to such a point where you will lose focus on what you were truly put on this earth to do. Because we and I say we because all of us, have our ups and downs. We're all sinners. And we will get so wrapped up in wanting to appease or please everyone else or something else or accomplish whatever it is that we put ourselves in doing that first before seeking Yeshua Jesus and asking him to provide for us exactly what we may need and or want. Because he will give us the desires of our hearts, but we have to be in line with him. He's always there for us. We step out of his light under our own selfish needs. So the first, let's just go to the scriptures. So Romans chapter 3. Let's start there. Let's see, Romans chapter 3. Verse 19. So Romans chapter 3, verse 19. Let's start there. Because we have to understand that there's power in the kingdom of heaven, and we rob ourselves of a lot of things because we're not following Yeshua Jesus's lead. We're trying to follow our own lead or what we think is right and which is good. Oh, I'm a good person, I do this, I'm nice to people, I open the door. But all of that's great, but what is it that matters really to the kingdom? So let's start at 19 here. And we know that whatever the Torah says, it says to those who are in the Torah, so that every mouth might be stopped and all the world come under judgment before Elohim. Right? Therefore, by the works of Torah, no flesh shall be declared right before him, for by the Torah is the knowledge of sin. What does that mean? The Torah, being the scriptures, are law, and if you open this up and read it, it tells us what's right and what's wrong. Period. Not what you think, not what someone is telling you is okay and not okay, because they themselves are in sin, right? We all sin, so we're all in some form of sin. But those who are studying the law, right, or reading the law, it begins to open their eyes to what is right and what is wrong. Because at the end of the day, what Jesus and what God says is right, and what everyone else says that is against their word is wrong. But the problem is we seek approval from mankind that, oh, you're doing good, oh yeah, keep that up. And meanwhile they themselves are trying to dictate the direction that they want you to go, instead of you following your own route that he has laid out for you. And remember, mankind is flawed. So if you're seeking approval from mankind, 9 out of 10 times you might possibly be going in a direction that was not meant for you, but you're listening to others here on earth instead of listening to our Father in heaven, right? But now, apart from the Torah, a righteousness of Elohim has been revealed, being witnessed by the Torah and by the prophets. And the righteousness of Elohim, God, is through belief in Yeshua Messiah to all and on all who believe, for there is no difference. Okay? For all have sinned and fallen short of the esteem of Elohim, who's God, right? Being declared right without paying by his favor through the redemption which is in Messiah Yeshua, for whom Elohim set forth as an atonement through belief in his blood to demonstrate his righteousness, because in his tolerance Elohim had passed over the sins that had taken place before, to demonstrate at the present time his righteousness, that he is righteous and declares righteous the one who has belief in Yeshua. It says it right there, folks. You got to believe in Jesus. He is the only way. He is the righteousness, not mankind, not your job, not your fancy house, car, whatever it is that you have this high value on, that in a lot of cases people put before him, or they'll get something first and then thank him or thank God for it afterwards, right? After they've done it under their own power. And I mean, it is what it is, folks, but I'm here to tell you, where does your loyalty lie, right? Because like I said in the previous video, your expiration date is coming, and you need to get your life and your things in order. Let's turn to Matthew 17. Let's see here. Matthew 17. Matthew 17, 19 through 21. Here we go. Luke, Matthew. Come on, my pages are sticking together. Matthew 17, verses 19 through 21. Here we go. So here, the disciples try to heal a child that was epileptic, right? Yeah. And they were unable to do so. Now, this is how far sickness goes back. The same sicknesses that we're dealing with today, that people are putting faith in doctors and scientists, and they're putting children and people on 100 different medications, but here is the power of Yeshua Jesus, right? So then the taught ones came to Yeshua by himself and said, why were we unable to cast this epileptic demon out of this child, right? And Yeshua said to them, because of your unbelief, For truly I say to you, if you have belief as a mustard seed, the size of a mustard seed, if you believe in me just that tiny little bit, you shall say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it shall move. And no matter shall be impossible for you. But to do this kind of work does not go except through prayer and fasting. Right? So what is he saying, people? Hey, you got to be serious. You got to come to me and let me know that you are serious about this thing, and then we will make it happen. But not before that. So you get people out here that they'll pray for something, be impatient, don't want to wait, and then when it doesn't go correct, or their success or victory, whatever it is short-lived, they wonder why. Then they want to talk to God and complain. Well, you didn't sit and wait on them. You know, it could take years. It's taken years before certain things have happened. Blessings have come down. Why? Because it's not in our time, it's in his time. And a lot of times he wants us to sit and be patient and wait, because that truly shows him that you are in it and waiting on him to provide it for you. Not for yourself. Not for yourself. And so guess what? Where does your loyalty lie? Are you truly waiting on him, or want to hear from him, or want him to handle it? Or do you want to just do everything yourself and then get on your little podium and pat yourself on the back and then say, oh, thank God? Or when it goes wrong, you're asking 200 people to pray for you. Why are you not reaching out to him and praying for yourself every day that your eyeballs open and your feet touch that ground? Are you telling him thank you when you sit down to have that morning cup of coffee? Before you even go out the door, are you thanking him and asking him to guide you safely to whatever it is you're going? Where does your loyalty lie? A lot of the world does not. Not until something happens, you know, they get into a wreck or something and they survive it. Then they, oh, thank God, or, oh God, what am I going to do? Those, you know, that's how they phrase it. Oh God, what am I going to do? What about Jesus? But we're going to get into that, about people who do not use the name Jesus, or in Hebrew, his real name, Yeshua. And why don't they? Right? Because the truth will be revealed. He always reveals the truth. A lot of it, let me tell you something, it's in here. The truth is in here. But sometimes we don't come across it until we do a little research, or, you know, something happens, or a message gets delivered to us, right? Matter of fact, let's go to 1 John chapter 4. 1 John, yeah. And let's deal with that right now. Why people 2 Peter and here we go. 1 John chapter 4 verses 1 through 3. Right? Beloved ones, do not believe every spirit, but prove the spirits whether they are of Elohim, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the spirit of Elohim. Okay? Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, the Messiah, has come in the flesh is of Elohim, is of Yahweh, is of God. Okay? And every spirit that does not confess Yeshua Messiah has come in the flesh is not of Elohim, is not of heaven. They're not of God. They're not of Yahweh, right? And this is the spirit of the anti-Messiah, which you heard is coming and now is already in the world. Whoa. Folks, I'm trying to tell you, right then and there, it says it. If you have people, pay attention. You have a lot of people that would say God, right? God has become this universal word. Even the most evilest of people, people that are living wrong, will say things like, don't judge me, God still loves me, right? But watch and pay attention and listen, because when people say the name Yeshua or Jesus, right, the Messiah, there is power in his name. And the reason why they don't say it is because when it comes out of their mouth, it convicts that evil spirit that they're carrying. But when you profess the name Yeshua or Jesus, right, as your Messiah, it is a movement in your spirit. It is a movement in the kingdom of heaven. So folks, that is why you will not hear a lot of people claim Yeshua Jesus the Messiah. And now you know, if they don't, you might want to be a little leery, because either they don't believe, right, which is a whole nother discussion in and of itself, or they know that, they're just not connected, and or something is upon them that is not allowing them to say the name Yeshua Jesus and know that he is their Messiah. If they don't say it, there's a reason why. They're not saying it, or they can't say it. And you need to be aware of that. Miracles, signs, and wonders follow those that believe. And when you believe and you start seeking Yeshua, the one who died on the cross for you, seeking his love, his grace, his mercy, his understanding, he will reveal things to you, and you will start seeing things that you never saw before. You will start hearing things that you never heard before, and you will be able to decipher a lot that goes on every day of your life. All right? So I hope that this, as always, reaches whomever it is supposed to reach, and that it enlightens not only you as a person, but your spirit to reconnect with our Messiah, the one who died on the cross for you. He died to help us. And he is, if you're not with him, he is waiting on you. He promised us that he would never leave us nor forsake us. We are the ones that disconnect ourselves from him. And life is so much easier when you reconnect. You ain't got to do a whole bunch of work. You ain't got to do a bunch of figuring out. But if you are living voluntarily, if you are living a life without him, your life is incomplete. And the only way to get that total happiness is to seek him first, and the kingdom of Yahweh and all of its righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you. All right? As always, Blake for New Vision Securities. I pray that you have a blessed day each and every day, and that this has really helped someone. All right? Take care, and I'll see you next time.